So today I'm going to be doing a deck tech. I haven't done one of these in a while on mono red aggro. Yes, we're back to mono red aggro. So I did do a video on mono red aggro maybe a month, 2 months ago, but that wasn't this version of a deck. That was before Embercleave. Actually, no, it would have been Embercleave would have been in standard, but it wasn't when people were using it in this deck. The introduction of Anax into standard. So this card right here, Anax Hardened in the Forge. So this has basically led to Embercleave being a much better card in the deck, because when it gets to the 5th, 6th, or 7th power mark, with Embercleave, that's an 8/4 double strike trample, insane, especially for mono red, which is very aggressive. There are quite a few of these smaller creatures such as Fervent Champion, Scorch Spitter. I'm going to open a bracket of small up to 2 mana as well, so Rimrock Knight, Robber, Runaway Steam-Kin. And then turn 3 you'll play Anax, and hopefully you'll have 2 other creatures, or at least be able to get your 4th mana with only 1 other creature to be able to play your Embercleave. But also, while I quickly remember, thank you ever so much for the support on the channel. I know I keep saying it recently, but I keep getting just insane support. I think I've gained like 20 subscribers or something in the last like 20 days. I mean, that's absolutely incredible from you guys. So I would like to thank you ever so much for that. With that being said, let's get back on to explaining this newer version of mono red aggro which has popped up. So you've got the whole Anax and Embercleave combo. Embercleave also works well on cards such as Bonecrusher Giant and also Runaway Steam-Kin when it gets up into the higher tiers. Especially when you've got Torbran on the battlefield, which pumps these guys up to 3 damage anyway. If these are being blocked, giving them first strike could be lethal with blocks and just like totally swing the game in your favour. Then I've got Rimrock Knight. So the adventure ability, Boulder Rush. Ooh, let's just move back over. So that's target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Now that's really good with your Runaway Steam-Kins. Just because it's a 1 mana spell, it buffs it. It can be quite a nice combat trick. Maybe put this all to a Fervent Champion, buff up the Runaway Steam-Kin just to kill the opponent's blockers. And then you've got its actual card, 3/1 can't block. It's just a solid card. Then you've got Robber for Rich. I really like this against the more controlling games and controlling matchups, just because you can start playing the control against them and defend yourself against it. Then we have Runaway Steam-Kin. Now, this is just a real good powerhouse in all mono red decks, allowing you to just ramp up and just swarm out all of your cards. Then, because you've got a load of low toughness creatures such as your Fervent Champions and Scorch Spitters. Then we have Anax. I talked about that earlier. Really good. Also, the ability of when a non-token creature dies, create a 1/1 if it has power 4 or greater, create 2. So the creatures which can have power 4 or greater, Runaway Steam-Kin. So if that gets killed, well, it's got 3 counters on it, and we don't want to pay any. We don't want to sack the counters to gain mana to play our spells. Then that's a possibility. We get 2, and also Anax. Most of the time he'll have 4 power greater, so we get 2, and also Bonecrusher Giant. So it's just a little bit extra value. Then we have Light on the Stage. It's just for mono red. It's just really good. Like, it's not technically card draw, but it pretty much is. Like if you deal damage to it, we're mono red. If we're not dealing damage, we're doing something wrong. And 1 mana X on the top 2, you can cast them. So it's just card draw, but with a clock. Then we have Pheonix of Ash. 3 mana, flying haste 2/2. You can pay 3 to buff it. Now, as it's flying, the buff ability is really nice because there's less things that can block it. Also, the escape, that's probably the key bit. Exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. Enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. So if we get Raft and that's in the bin, then we just pay the mana, bring it out, exile 3 other creatures which have been wrapped with it, and we've got a 3/3 fly with haste that we can buff up if we draw dead cards. So that's just a really nice card. I've kind of added Torbran to my version of the deck. Some decks don't play it, but I like it just because when I played Mono Red a little while ago, and I'm being nostalgic about it, this Torbran was such a good card. Just having, especially with Scorch Spitters and Fervent Champions, and I can only imagine that with Embercleave, that's with Torbran on the battlefield, that's an extra 4 points of damage. So you can't ask for anything more, really. Then, obviously, Embercleave. This is like the star card in the deck. Flash, costs 1 less for each attacking creature. Now, because we're an aggressive deck with Fervent Champions, Scorch Spitters, and like Rimrock Knights, Rob of Rich, we've got a lot of attackers, and therefore it would be very easy to cast this out for a lot less. Once this is on the battlefield, we basically win. Well, that's the case in most of the games. Sometimes there's removal, which slows us down a bit. However, most of the time, if we play this out, we win. Then we have Castle Embereth. I've only got 3. I could play the 4th, but I don't think I want one in this deck just because um, I want to secure untapped mana for my turn 1 to play the Scorch Spitters of Fervent Champions just to get early threats down and to be able to play my Embercleave after I have Anax on the battlefield. That's kind of the reason for that. Then 17 mana. So I feel 21 lands for this is fair enough. You can actually play 20. I might later on adapt the deck to have 20. No, that is 20, sorry. You can actually have 21, but I feel that with 20, the way I used it in the past, especially on Magic Arena, the way that the RNG encoding works, you will normally get the mana that you need from it. So that's not really a worry that I would have with the deck, and especially considering our highest mana card is Torbran, which is 4 mana, and we've got the ramp with Runaway Steam-Kin. That should be no problem, especially with light up the stages to get free cards. Then in the sideboard, I've put in Redcap Melee, so that's against so that can be used in the mirror. It can also be used against Jund Sacrifice. Not that many people play it. I would highly recommend you guys to use it. It can. I'm not sure what other matchups it can be useful, but anyone when they have red creatures, this is a very good card. Then we have Fry, so it can't be countered, deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker that's white or blue. So Jeskai Fires is going around at the moment, so any of those blue flyers, a Kenrith, all of those get. Kenrith is basically the counter to the deck, as I found when I was playing it last time. I've also play tested this quite a bit just to refine the deck list, and I've found that life gain is a massive issue. So white or blue, we need to be taking those creatures off the battlefield. Then we have Scorching Dragonfire, so this can be used against any cat decks. I'll put it in against mono black and just any other decks with creatures with roughly around 3 toughness or creatures which I want to be exiled. Then we've got Unchained Berserkers, just good against white decks really. Protection from white gets +2/+0 as long as it's attacking, so it's a free one. And yeah, just to be unblockable, especially with mono white being quite a good deck at the moment. Mono white Devotion with Heliod and the life gain there. Being able to just get through with Unchained Berserkers is very nice. Especially if we can stick Embercleave on it to make it unblockable. Then we have Experimental Frenzy if I shift it down one. So you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play the top card of your library, and you can't play cards from your hand. So basically, you have to play the top card of your library. This is nice in control matchups when you just want to be ramping out after they've wrathed you, or if you want to be playing multiple cards a turn because they're holding up counters. This can be really nice if you manage to resolve it. So I put 2 in a deck. I think some deck lists I saw only had 1 in the sideboard. However, I think 2 is probably preferable. I might add a 3rd depending on how it goes. And then going down into the final card in our sideboard, we have Torbran. So this is just nice against when we need to be dealing a lot more damage, and kind of winning around the turn 4 turn. It could just be a lot nicer. So with that being said, hopefully I've managed to explain this deck. Let's get into the games. Okay, guys, so this is future BeckoningCow talking here. So I've just finished the recording session. It's taken a lot longer to get the few wins which I needed for this video. And I was playing in traditional standard. Now, I have a feeling that this deck is a lot better suited in best of one now, because a lot of people's sideboards are actually kind of geared towards killing this deck. So this deck gets a lot of game 1 wins. However, after the second game, it struggles because people play all the exile target red. They play their Ether Gusts, and just all of the cards which just generally set us back a little bit too much. They put in Krava Carnariums and all of the things which are just irritating. But Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to get at is, if you guys want me to do this deck tech is in a best of one, um, well, best of one ranked, then just leave a like on the video or just leave a comment or anything. I might do it anyway, and yeah, we can see how well it works in a best of one. I'm gonna just stop in my own time. I'm just gonna play a few just best of one ranked matches with it, just to see how good it is, to see if it is a viable deck for you guys to use if you wish to win a best of one. I'd quite like to expand the channel into not only traditional standard but also best of one as well. Maybe at some point I'll do some drafts on the channel as well. But I mean, with that just quick little snippet of me just talking about which format is best in, just enjoy the games. I did get some good ones, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. Into the first game we go then. This hand looks very nice. I'll probably just try and actually, okay, Scorch Spitter turn 1. So them having a Gilded Goose and a Overgrown Tomb, that might allude to me that they're actually playing Jund's Sacrifice, or maybe just Gruul's Sacrifice. Okay. Well, I was going to say I want to get rid of this Gilded Goose, but I think what's actually going to be the play here is to play this Steam-Kin. We'll swing in for one, like, we'll just get that 1 point of damage in. Hopefully this guy is a Golgari. Sorry, did I say Gruul earlier? Hopefully this guy is a Golgari variant of the deck. Okay, no. He's very much Jund, so Mayhem Devil here basically finishes the game. That's tough. That's very tough. But it's just one of those things really, isn't it? Yeah, this is just a hard concede. Actually, no it's not. No it's not. No it's not. Let's stop being pessimistic here. Let's put a Bonecrusher Giant down, then the next turn we can double Rimrock, I don't know why I keep saying that. Double Robber of the Night. Robber of the Night. Robber of the Rich. Robber of the Rich. Let's keep getting that right. Okay, he kills my Scorch Spitter. Yeah, this does not look very good at all for us. The fact that he can block with a Cauldron Familiars and then sack, I just don't like that at all. So yeah. Okay, I would have personally, if I was playing a deck, I would have blocked with 2 Cauldron Familiars, played the Gilded Goose, and then sacked it to get the mana and kill my Bonecrusher Giant. But I mean, like, everyone plays the deck differently, so what can I say? I'm playing on here because if I get an Embercleave, this could work out really well for me. And also next turn, if he keeps drawing cards the way he is, I'll be able to activate my Robber for Rich and maybe be able to actually play this guy's deck. So like, having 2 Robber for Riches is very nice from my standpoint. Okay, Woe Strider. So if he plays Woe Strider here, he's left with 2 cards in hand. Okay. this looks like a pretty clear. Let's not attack. Because essentially, yeah, this guy just creates himself a food token. Good for him. Good for him. I can sack actually any creatures he wants. So yeah, so he kills my Fervent Champion. Fine by me. He scries. So he could here kill my. Well, he could kill anything he wants really. Depends what he wants to do. Yeah, then he'll probably sacrifice the goat. Yeah, no, this game's over here with that Woe Strider. I personally don't like Woe Strider in the Jund food deck. I just don't like. I don't, it doesn't really do much. You can scry, yes, but then I feel that the Trail of Crumbs ability is the better variant of that. So with this deck, what we do is we bring in the Scorching Dragonfire, and I feel I'll drop down on a Torbran and a Steam-Kins can be good. What would I least like to see if I was playing my Bonecrusher Giant? We just need to be totally ramping out and killing him without him getting up too much. Okay, let's keep this. What I'll do is I'll play Scorch Spitter. We basically pray he doesn't have a Mayhem Devil, like, because whenever I play Mono Red, with Jund Food, I never seem to get any Mayhem Devils at all. So this is going to be quite interesting to see actually whether he does get the cards he needs. I'm going to choose to not play the Steam-Kin here. I'm just going to go to kill the Cauldron Familiar. Then if he has Witch's Oven, it makes it less good for a greater period of time. Okay, there's Trail of Crumbs coming in. Now here what I'll do is I'll play I won't play anything. What I'll do is I'll go to attacks, and then if he wants to sacrifice the food to block my Scorch Spitter, he's more than welcome to. Personally, I think this guy's horribly misplaying the deck. It's not a good matchup for us, but I think this is a horrible misplay of that. I don't like to see it actually. Like, I want to see the Jund Food people representing it how it should be represented, and these kind of misplays, doesn't sit well with me. Doesn't sit well with me at all. So here we go, Runaway Steam-Kin, and then I'll play Fervent Champion and swing with both. Then next turn I'll just swing with everything. So these buff each other, so they get up to 2 toughness. So what I can do is I can kill the Woe Strider with my first strike damage, should it block. And then the goat won't kill it. Yes, we get down to 8. And then this next turn, if he doesn't have a Wrath, which I'm assuming he won't, then I'm pretty sure, okay, Mayhem Devil. Well, Mayhem Devil helps, certainly helps to start to kill me. Yeah, I think actually Mayhem Devil was the one card which we didn't want to see in terms of we could be dead here. Okay. This is really bad news for us, actually. Keeps that on top. Keeps on top again. What a surprise. I mean, to see this guy actually playing how he is and not taking out my Runaway Steam-Kin, I mean, it hurts, because I know that, like, I just know that that's the way you would have to do to win the game, but I don't know. I'm not going to try and knock this guy's magic ability too quickly, but I mean, he's playing the better deck in this scenario, and he could personally be doing things a lot easier. Okay. So I think here this is basically us winning the game, because I don't think he can deal enough damage to sacrificing. He can deal 2 damage to sacrifice it, but then yeah, I think we've just won the game there basically. Well done, mate. You did very well in ruining your chances. You could have done a lot better there. Hence by maybe not going so trigger happy on the sacrificing to Scry when you're already topping it. Maybe just playing Woe Strider. Okay. So he deals 1 point of damage. Then you play your 1 Cauldron Familiar with no ability to sack anything. And then I deal you 10 points of damage. Good game, mate. Good game. That's one way to totally misplay yourself out of a game. But I'm not going to argue with it. I'm not going to complain. And I'm quite happy with how that one went. I mean, well done to that guy. He could have beaten me there easily with a setup. Easily. And he just, yeah. I mean, but yeah. There's no way of me like defending that or going around that. I'm just kind of, from someone who plays Jund Food, I know how to play it to the best of its ability. And yeah, that kind of hurt to watch. So, I mean, to be fair, if you play Mono Red Aggro, then this would hurt to watch for you too, I assume. Then next turn, what I'll do is I'll play, depending on what it does. Okay, Trail of Crumbs. I think I'm going to start trying to get damage. Do I go for damage here? That's the question. Because if I go for damage, I think what I do is I Runaway Steam-Kin this turn. Then next turn I Bonecrusher Giant. And then Woe Strider. Okay. So I think this turn what I do is I shoot the Woe Strider. And then the turn after, I think so this allows me to have good attacks. This turn, then next turn I will double Robber for Rich, getting myself down to 2 cards in hand. What is he going to play? Rankle. There. Each player sacrifices a creature. Each player discards a card. Well, say goodbye to my mountain. Each player sacrifice a creature. Alright, sacrifice Fervent Champion. And then in comes Robber for Rich. Robber for Rich. And actually, let me see here. So that is 8 points of damage. Yeah, I mean he just quits because I'm going to get card draw. So I mean we actually managed to win that matchup in the end.
Alright guys, here we go into this game with mono red aggro. See how good our hand is. I mean, it's pretty poor. We'll keep this. So in this hand, Torbran is a little bit too much. Being on 4 mana, it's quite unreliable that we'll actually reach that. Next turn we'll be able to see through 3 cards here. So yeah, okay. So here, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to swing in for the Scorch Spitter, get ourselves 2 points of damage here to take him down to 18. And then what I'm going to plan on doing is I'm going to light up the stage, hoping to get a land hit. We do reveal 2 cards, so that shouldn't be too difficult. Okay, we do not hit our land drop, which sucks. Next turn, hopefully. Okay, I think he gets rid of. Okay. I mean, hopefully he's just got nothing to do to interact with the board, so I can just keep, you know, chipping away at him like this. Next turn, if I get a land, I'll play Rimrock Knight, hopefully to go into. Okay, he gets a fire out onto the battlefield. Only minor setbacks. So we've now revealed 2, 5. So we've now revealed the top 10 cards of the library and we've hit no lands. So it's quite likely that we will hit lands. I would never recommend taking 1-landers, but with this deck, I feel a little bit better just because, especially with the so we don't want him getting too much card draw, but at the same time, I feel like I want to just kill him, you know, get that damage through. We haven't exactly gotten lucky with our draws here. Imagine a position we'd been in if we'd consistently gotten some lands, or at least got a second land. We might have 2 Rimrock Knights. Life would be good. Okay, nice joke.
Welcome. Oh, your fears.
My turn. Land. Great. Okay, if I don't hit a land on my next turn, it's over. I mean, it's pretty much already over. Like, let's be real here.
Creeping, thieving brush.
Right, these 2 cards are going to be lands. Okay, they're not lands. Okay, so we're actually kind of thankful for that. I wonder how many. What I might actually try and do is just stay on, just to see how many. Just see, you know, how much we're going to get punished. For,
my excellent type. Trust me, I have a plan.
Okay, minimize policy. I'm not sure how you say it. Medomai? Medomai. Medomi? I think it's Medomai. At least that's what sounds right. Okay. I mean, we've lost this game, but like, let's have a look. So we're 3 cards in graveyard, 5 cards in exile, so that's 8, 7 cards, so 15. So we've got 1 land out of 16 cards.
No,
1/3 of our deck is lands. I mean, I'll do the maths later. Hey, there we go. There's the land pocket that we always. Oh no, it wasn't a land pocket. It was 1 land, 1 singular land. So what are we at now? We're now at 2 out of 16, 19. So that leaves us with. Right. Let's drop a knife and then let's concede. That is crazy. I expected to hit at least 1 land because we were drawing, I think, 4 turns by the time we could look at 4 cards before we get. So against this deck, what do I want to play? I want to be playing Fries. Let's put Frenzies in, but I mean, the chances that Pheonix of Ash. I mean, the chances that we're going to be able to get up to 4 lands. I mean, if we get to 2, I think that'll be a very. I mean, it'll be an achievement for us. I'll say that nonetheless. Drop down on a Rimrock. Actually, no, Rimrock Knight's going to be very good attackers. Robber for Rich here. I like that a lot. Then let's. Anax is good. I think Bonecrusher Giant's just a tiny bit slow. Then we'll drop down on a Torbran, and then I think Embercleave is going to be pretty pivotal for the game. So I'll just drop down on 1 Rimrock Knight. Because I do want to keep the little 1-drops just to maintain early game board pressure, and also when we just have 1 land after we mulligan to 5 this time, because this time I'm not going to be a mad magic player, I'm not going to make bad decisions. I will just, I mean, I'm keeping this. If it has 2 or more lands, I keep. If it has 1 land, I'll mulligan. Even if we mulligan to 2, we've got to mulligan down to 1. Because just to make us stand. And hopefully we hit a true 2-drop here, although I have a feeling this game is going to go the total other way. And in fact, we're just going to get hit by lands all the time. So turn 3, we play Pheonix of Ash. Then on our 4th turn here, we will be able to on turn. If I actually do get like mana screwed the other way this game, holy fuming. I mean, 5 lands is already way too much. We've already got 1/4 of our lands in what, 1/10 of the cards? 1 land. I think that's not 2. And I'll draw in more lands. Okay, well, we've got it down to 17, so I mean, that's a positive. Well, am I right? Okay, let's Q. If we get an Anax here, it could work out quite well for us. No, because he's got Tyrant Scorn. Cool. Let's go. I think our best shot. Okay, we get an Anax. What else is it? Oh, shoot, Nissa.
So much commotion.
Nissa? Since when is that a Nissa? I'm not sure that's powerful enough to be classed as a Nissa. Wait, did I say Tyrant Scorn? So target opponent run across 4 or greater. Well, I mean, here we go. That's the perfect card, just what we needed. We'll swing at him. Just to maximise our damage here. It will be the target of D-Spark, but I think here it's kind of crucial that we do kind of start to get this damage. Also, if he, I think maybe he bounces Oath of Kaya, then he can play Oath of Kaya and pin my Robber for Rich. So this can equip for nothing. So I think what we'll do here is Teferi's on 1. So if we swing over at Teferi, then we swing over at him, I can deal 6 points of damage. Okay, I can deal 4 points of damage net. But I won't have to do any more swinging towards that. Then we'll end the turn. So I'm seeing a D-Spark here. Onto my Embercleave as an almost definite, unless he has a board like okay, he plays Actress, he still leaves up the black and white mana. Okay, so let's put it like this. Okay. This is an instant speed, right? Yeah. Okay, well, he's almost definitely going to despark. Maybe not. Attack him. We're getting 2 points of damage. So we kill the actress here. Next turn he can Ashiok and play despark, so from that point of view it's not so very good. Once again, left the mana open. Usually Castle's done that for him. Okay, actually, here we go. Robber for Rich is quite a nice play here. He goes combat. Should have equipped the Embercleave onto my Fervent Champion before attacking. Come to think of it, that would have been quite a nice thing to do, because he has to block it or else, you know.
Delightfully friendly.
Next on the top 2, Embercleave. That's fine by me. Okay. My turn. Here we go. What's this going to be? So we get a Runaway Steam-Kin, which is nice. We'll equip this onto the Fervent Champion. I won't go swinging in because he's got these blocks, so that's just a stupid way to get my Fervent Champion killed. Game's up in 1-1-2. Yeah, fair enough. I definitely made a misplay earlier on with the
All your fears are given.
with not attaching the what's it called, Embercleave onto Fervent Champion. So I'm kind of hoping here to get light up the stage, although I've just seen one go into exile, so right. It's on 8, so yeah. Seems good. Knocking him down the pipe, just making it a little less likely for him to be able to ultimate that. We're kind of just looking for our frenzies here. If we get there, we've got a chance. Otherwise, we don't really have any hope. But we've got to prepare in the situation. So here will come in, swing in, exile top 6 cards of my library. Okay, so those I'm happy to see get rid of. We're just focusing here. Land Frenzy. Oof, that sucks. Okay, Bonecrusher Giant. None of those would have made a massive difference to how the game's going, so I don't mind that. Pass down mistake. My turn. Okay, so he's won that one. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that. So I'm going to have this game following that one I played against John Sacrifice. I took a little bit of a break from the deck after that one. I felt I got a little bit too salty against the guy who was playing John Sacrifice. A little bit too defensive over the deck. I'm very proud over, and I like to see it done right.
So this hand looks alright. I think I've played like 6 or 7 in between the first game and this one. So if this is the game we win, I mean, I'm praying it is. Like, I just want you guys to know that I've lost a lot of games with this deck, mainly because until now I've not matched up against any Azorius control decks with my Jund Food deck. But as soon as I start playing this mono red deck, where the absolute counter to it is Azorius control, I seem to be playing tons. And with this guy's emblem as Teferi, what hope do we have, really? I mean, it's blue at least, and it's a Castle Embereth, so let's have a look, see if we can get anything from this land. Okay, it's a temple. It's not. Let's go. It's banned. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe he's playing Shatter the Sky. Is this banned? Yeah, I think it's banned. Okay, so he's got 6 cards in hand. So if we swing in, we sell a card. So that's another land. Let's play Anax. Hopefully we don't see a Shatter the Skies here. Okay, Teferi Time Reveler.
Right on schedule. Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Oh, okay, it's not even banned. There's red in there now too. So we've got 5, he's got 6, so we draw a card if we attack him. What I'll do is I will play Anax again, and then... I mean, I like that. We have to get to the mana for it, but I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, next turn there's a strong possibility that if he doesn't board wipe us, it just plays like another card to like stall out. Okay, Kenrith. So, here we go. This is it. If he blocks... Okay, there we go. We win the game. We play Embercleave, comes down, taps to the Anax, which gives us lethal. There we go. This is how the deck should work here. So, I mean, that's a little bit of a ray of hope, you know. We managed to beat a Kenrith. So Kenrith is like the antithesis of what we don't want to play against here. So, I mean, Fry's come in definitely for that. I'll also put in 1 Experiment to Frenzy. What I drop down on, I'll drop down on a Shock. I'll drop down on Bonecrusher Giants, bit slow. And then I'll actually buff up this by 1. And I will drop Pheonix of Ash. So, no, because I'd kind of prefer to have Pheonix of Ash than an Experiment of Frenzy in this matchup. Hopefully, praying that we can just slam in for damage. I can just get this win, and then I can leave this mono red deck in the past. I have to tell you guys, I have very little inclination to do a follow-up video on mono red. I mean, if there's any big breakthroughs in the mono red kind of meta, could you say, then I'll do another video. However, as it is like this, okay, so that's obviously a growth spiral he's presenting. However, if it's a if he's going to bounce it to a hand, like, you know, rather him do it. So this could be a quench, but I think it's unlikely. Yeah, growth spiral. He's going to want to ramp out, get into. I think. Okay, so we're playing against 5 color Fire's Invention, it would seem. So what let's do? Let's just go for the lethal play. We play this, get him down to 11. Then next turn we just swing with everything and Embercleave up that bad boy. Or Crucifix. Enter the God Eternals. So what we can do here is we can swing them with everything. If he blocks the Rimrock Knight, then okay, well, he has to block the Rimrock Knight to survive. Yeah, but I think even so, if we get the Embercleave onto the Rimrock Knight, that's 4, so that's 8. So if we buff it up for 2, I think this gives us our best chance at winning, because he would have board wiped last turn if he could have. So this gets it down to single figures. So we'll hold back. There's no need to play out more cards. He's on 1 life here, so if we swing, we win. Let's go! We get our another win with this deck. We've won one. It's finally gone how it's supposed to go, and we've managed to win. I mean, guys, this has been the longest I've spent trying to get a win since if I think back to Mirror March. When I did the Mirror March video, I spent about 6 hours on that video. I mean, this was still nowhere near how long I spent trying to get a win that time. But, I mean, this has taken me way too long for a deck which everyone is saying is supposed to be really good. So, kind of embarrassing, but then again, I just want to give you guys kind of the best kind of content, really. So I'll put the time in. But, yeah, thank you ever so much for this video. If you have enjoyed and you found it even somewhat useful, please could you leave a like, comment things I could do to improve my kind of game. I'll include at least one of my losses in between. I'll see if I can find one in which I give some actually good advice which works, and it's just like, and I haven't lost because of misplays, basically. There are a few of them in there, I have to admit. But please subscribe, all of that good stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a great day. Goodbye.